Have you ever had the strange feeling that someone doesn't really like you, even though they smile at you, talk to you normally, and never openly say anything negative? Maybe there was no argument, no confrontation, no obvious tension, and yet every time you're around them, something feels slightly uncomfortable. A small emotional distance, a subtle coldness behind polite words. You can't point to a specific moment, but you feel it. That quiet intuition that something isn't quite right. If you've ever experienced that, you're not overthinking. Psychology shows that people often reveal their true emotions in small, almost invisible ways. The brain can carefully manage speech, but it struggles to completely control tone, posture, facial micro-movements, and energy shifts. Over time, those subtle signals begin to form patterns, and patterns are usually where the truth lives. Before we go further, let's ground this in something important. No single behavior automatically means someone dislikes you. People have stressful weeks. They get distracted. They deal with personal problems you may know nothing about. Context always matters. What truly reveals hidden emotion is repetition. When certain signals appear consistently across different situations and over time, they stop being random. They become meaningful. So, as you listen, think about patterns, not isolated moments. Think about how you consistently feel around that person. The first sign is when their smile doesn't reach their eyes. You've probably noticed this before, even if you didn't consciously analyze it. A genuine smile activates the muscles around the eyes, creating softness and warmth across the entire face. The expression feels effortless, natural. But when someone is forcing politeness, the smile often stops at the mouth. The lips move, but the eyes remain distant, flat, or slightly tense. It may last only a second before their face resets, yet your subconscious detects the mismatch. Humans are wired to read authenticity. We evolved to detect subtle emotional inconsistencies because they helped us assess safety and trust. So, when something about a smile feels off, your nervous system quietly takes note.
The second sign is consistently short or emotionally flat responses. When someone genuinely enjoys interacting with you, conversations flow with curiosity. They ask questions, they expand on topics, they respond with enthusiasm. But when someone secretly dislikes you, their communication may feel minimal, polite but brief, correct but emotionally disengaged. You might notice that you're carrying most of the conversation. You're asking questions. You're filling silence. You're maintaining the energy. Meanwhile, they contribute just enough to remain socially acceptable. Over time, this imbalance can leave you feeling drained or subtly rejected, even if nothing explicitly negative was said. The third sign involves body language. The human body often reveals what the conscious mind tries to conceal. People naturally orient themselves toward what they like and subtly away from what makes them uncomfortable. If someone frequently angles their torso, shoulders, or feet away from you during conversations, even while maintaining eye contact, this may signal subconscious disengagement. Their words might say they're present, but their body may be preparing to leave. Physical distance often mirrors emotional distance, and when that subtle shift happens repeatedly, it becomes more than coincidence.
The fourth sign is a lack of initiative. Effort reveals interest. When someone values a connection, they initiate sometimes. They check in. They suggest meeting up. They respond in reasonable time frames. If you consistently find yourself being the only one maintaining contact, reaching out first, or keeping the interaction alive while they rarely reciprocate, that pattern matters. Emotional investment naturally creates effort. Indifference often hides behind busyness, delayed responses, or vague commitments. While everyone gets busy, consistent lack of initiative usually reflects low emotional priority. The fifth sign appears through micro-expressions.
These are extremely brief facial reactions that flash across someone's face before they consciously regain control. A quick eye roll, a tightening of the lips, a flicker of irritation, a subtle look of contempt. These expressions can last less than a second, but they are powerful indicators of genuine emotion. Because they happen so quickly, most people are unaware they display them. If you begin noticing these subtle flashes repeatedly in response to your words or presence, they may reveal suppressed negativity.
The sixth sign shows up in backhanded compliments. These are statements that sound positive on the surface, but carry a subtle undertone of comparison or doubt. For example, someone might say, "You're surprisingly confident," or "I didn't expect you to do that so well." These remarks allow the speaker to maintain politeness while subtly lowering expectations or implying hidden judgment. The discomfort you feel after such comments isn't imagined. It often reflects a mismatch between surface praise and underlying evaluation. The seventh sign is perhaps the most difficult to describe, yet the most powerful: the overall emotional energy around them. Humans are incredibly sensitive to social tension. Your nervous system constantly scans for alignment, warmth, and safety. If interactions consistently feel strained, competitive, or emotionally cold, despite polite conversation, your body may be detecting inconsistencies between their words and their true feelings. You might feel slightly guarded, slightly cautious, less relaxed. That emotional shift is information. Now, let's go deeper. Sometimes people do not consciously realize they dislike someone. Emotions like jealousy, insecurity, comparison, or unresolved resentment can operate beneath awareness. A person might feel subtly threatened by your success, your personality, your appearance, your confidence, or even your independence. Instead of acknowledging that discomfort, they suppress it. But suppressed emotion does not disappear. It leaks. It appears in subtle dismissiveness, low enthusiasm, mild sarcasm, or emotional distance. Because the feeling is not fully conscious, their behavior can seem inconsistent, warm in public, distant in private, supportive one day, cold the next. It's also helpful to reflect on how you feel about yourself when you're around them. Do you feel relaxed and accepted, or slightly diminished and self-conscious? Healthy relationships create emotional safety. You feel free to express yourself. You don't overanalyze your words afterward. But when someone secretly dislikes you, interactions may leave you replaying conversations in your head, wondering if you said too much, questioning subtle shifts in tone. That mental strain is often a response to subtle social inconsistency. Another pattern to notice is subtle competition. Sometimes hidden dislike manifests as quiet rivalry. They may downplay your achievements, shift conversations back to themselves, or respond with muted enthusiasm when you share good news. Instead of celebrating with you, they may change the topic or minimize the accomplishment. These behaviors can reflect internal comparison rather than genuine support. It's also worth examining whether their warmth depends on the audience. Do they treat you differently in group settings versus one-on-one interactions? Some individuals maintain friendliness publicly, but display subtle coldness privately. This inconsistency can reveal image management rather than authentic connection. Understanding these patterns is not about becoming suspicious of everyone. It's about developing emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence allows you to observe without reacting impulsively. It allows you to notice patterns calmly. And once you see patterns clearly, you gain power. Not power over others, but power over your own energy and decisions. You stop chasing validation. You stop forcing connections. You redirect your time toward relationships where warmth is consistent and mutual. And here's something deeply important. Someone else's hidden dislike does not define your value. Often it reflects their internal struggle, not your worth. You cannot control how everyone feels about you, but you can control where you invest your emotional energy. The goal isn't to make everyone like you. The goal is to recognize where your presence is genuinely appreciated and where it isn't. If you've found yourself recognizing certain patterns while listening to this, you're not alone. Many people sense subtle social tension but doubt their intuition. Developing awareness of these psychological signs helps you navigate relationships with clarity instead of confusion. If this video helped you better understand human behavior, consider subscribing for more psychology-based insights like this. And if you've experienced subtle signs of hidden dislike in your own life, share your thoughts in the comments below. Conversations about human behavior help all of us grow more aware and emotionally intelligent.